Oh, I got a tweet.
What's up, Internet? My name's Nerdy.
And I'm Clarice. Oh, that's great.
Was
Honestly,
that the first sound that came out?
Oh, that was the first sound.
Ooh, I got a tweet.
Oh, I got a tweet.
I got a tweet.
Incredible.
On what? What platform do you tweet on?
Yeah, it's weird.
Facebook.
I tweet on
Can you
Facebook.
imagine if Facebook trolled X by like every time making the like post button a tweet button?
I can't whistle.
Just be like, well, they didn't want it, so we took it.
That would rule.
Please.
They
Or
pay
if they
for
like
tweet.
made Twitter and they like put out an app called Twitter and they're like, well, you know, that other company's not using
Is
it
the name
anymore.
free now? Like, not free, but like.
No, I
you-
doubt it.
you
They
get
probably
that-
still
Yeah,
own
they
it.
probably still own it.
It'd be hilarious though. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Astral Dusk. This is a special episode.
We both did the same thing.
This is a special episode because it is episode 20,
To wait, like.
which means that we can nearly drink, you
Be
guys.
timing it.
Starting episode 21, we will be drunk every episode.
Oh, sick.
Oh my
Well,
god,
I guess
can we
your
actually...
primary audience is the U.S.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, because I.
Astral does After
we were-
Dark.
Yeah.
What's happening at that
Oh my
side of the
God.
table?
I don't know.
Don't
You
worry
guys
about
bring different energies every time. Can you guys fix your mic? Just
Why?
is it
Wrong?
down?
it. You don't like it
No,
up
no,
there?
just you have to.
Put it down.
It's a little too happy.
No, I have to lift it up in order to take it off to take it upstairs to be our reaction
Oh,
mic.
okay.
And then yeah, it's just a
that's
little
good.
too in frame.
Is that better?
Can we sing the theme song now?
Sorry to the noise of everyone.
Yeah, sing the theme song, Brian.
Astral Dusk. Thanks. I'm good.
Yeah.
That's it. It's just a nice button.
Yeah, so all that work you've been doing on the theme song, throw it away. Brian just did it.
Yeah.
We're done now.
Yeah.
No,
You know the
no, but-
Halloween Michael Myers Oh no, that's
Friday
Friday the
13th.
13th.
And it's ki ma ma ma.
But it's dusk. There you go. That's a joke for us. That's a joke for us and two people in the audience.
No, I get the joke. I've seen Friday the 13th. I'm just trying to start the show. And so I'm going to say, let's go around the table
I've
and
never been in
introduce
trouble before. It doesn't feel good.
all of the people talking over me right now.
Start on that side.
Yeah, you've been interrupting me the most. Introduce yourself.
Hello, people. Hi, how's it all going? My name is Robin Captain Kettle on all things. I am playing Teller of the Astral Dusk, or Storyteller is their full name. I'm happy to be here, as much as I interrupt. Nerdy?
Nerdy?
Before we move on to other people, just because you are here, let's all just show a big old congratulations to
fuck's sake.
Robin, who should be GMing the show. Okay, let's not clap that loud.
These mics are sensitive.
Robin has been nominated at the Crit Awards for Best GM for Paizo,
Hey.
which I was confused at first because I literally was reading it and I was like, Robin doesn't play Pathfinder. And then I was like, oh, right, Starfinder.
Starfinder.
I'm an idiot. I'm stupid. Congratulations. Everyone go vote for them.
you.
Yeah.
They are in that category. And to all of our other friends who are nominated, congratulations. Don, and congratulations with Unexpected Party.
Hell yeah.
Being nominated.
Unpredicted. Isn't it? Or is it unexpected?
It's the
Predict.
Precedent.
I've fucked this up before.
Claris, introduce yourself while I find out if you're wrong.
What's up, Internet? I'm Claris Polaris, and sometimes I feel like I become dyslexic by association because of nerdy. It's a problem, but it's fine because we're here and we're playing with numbers and not words. So enjoy.
No words anywhere.
I
There's
have no
definitely
words.
not one
There's
word
no
on
words.
this paper.
Oh, look,
Oh,
words!
Oh,
I
shit! Balance! What's
Magical
that?
imbalance.
I've never seen that in my life.
One day we'll get used to it. Yeah, I'm playing Harvest. Go ahead.
Thank you for your blessing.
Thank you for your
You're
time.
welcome.
Yeah, hi, I'm Brian.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, shit, yeah, the Brian.
It is the unpredicted
There we go.
party.
Nice.
It's fine. I've done that several times now.
But isn't it The Hobbit, The Unexpected Journey?
Yeah?
Yeah.
No, it's the
Okay.
unpredicted journey.
Yeah, no,
Just
it's
fucking introduce yourself. I don't know, guys.
I can't get through my intro without getting interrupted.
Oh, I'm sorry. Were you getting interrupted?
Oh, I'm sorry. Were you doing what you do to me every week?
I don't do
God.
it! It wasn't me!
must be
Oh my
really
God.
tough.
Last week, I was so good. I had my own table, and I earned it.
Good.
Man,
You have
Terror last week.
Let's all stop for 1 second. Let's all stop for a whole fucking second. Your intro was so long that I made jokes about having to time intros from now on so that you couldn't go as long as you
Brian
did.
also sat here being like,
Yeah, in the mic, right?
Oh, and
Every time, though.
he started. They were having a scene, and Brian just started rolling dice for some reason. And it was because he was testing them live on the internet.
You gotta test your dice.
People were talking.
How do you know? How do you know which dice?
Roll them on that corner of the table away from the... You were doing it inches from a microphone. There you go.
There you go. Well done.
Well,
Well
I'm
done.
sorry. I forget it's there because I'm having such a good time with all of you people.
Hell yeah.
Nobody
Keep talking,
gives
keep talking,
a
right?
fuck.
We don't care about
They're
your
in their
feelings.
cars, listening to the podcast feed, wanting a calm experience, and
Oh my
instead they
God.
turn on this fucking show and they get yelled at for an hour and a half.
From all of us, let's be honest.
Okay, I'm the Brian Kling. There, done. I'm playing band.
Thanks, Brian.
What's that? He's a paladin.
Who are you? I don't remember you.
Don't work here. I don't.
Well, you got that right.
He's a guest.
What's up? I'm Rob. I play Caligar Moonfire, the half elf guy with the lunar sorcery.
Nice.
And it's been a while. It's been a while
Okay.
since.
Okay, we are not Critical Role. We don't need
Did
to
they
steal
do
the
it? It's
bits.
been a while.
Oh yeah, that's one of their.
It's literally a song that doesn't belong to them. It's mine.
Yeah.
No, it's just it is. Within the teacher
wrote it.
community, it's
I
one of
wrote
their
it.
bits.
As a
It's one-
representative, it's fine.
Yeah.
Are you allowed to say that? Do we have to go? Do we have to take
No,
this down?
I can say that.
Okay. I literally just my butthole just clammed up so hard. So I was
wait.
like, I think we have to scrub this on the internet.
Yeah.
Just remove it.
It's
All right.
one of their bits. They don't own it.
No, but it's just fun. Anyway, it does not matter. What does matter is that this podcast is brought to you. Robin, do an ad for MissyMountainGaming.com.
Oh, look at that! It's Misty Mountain Gaming. They do dice and they're the only e-seller. That's your bit. The only e-shop in the world for dice and other dice-themed accoutrements. You can use the code Nightly15 to go there. I was so close. though.
You're so close.
To get like stuff. You want dice? Bam. Do you want bags?
Right there. Right fucking there.
Boom.
Okay.
Is that
Do
in
you
frame?
want
Yeah.
like dice towers? Woo!
Sure, go for
They
They
it.
don't sell
got it.
those.
They have
Probably do.
like dice with bits in the middle of it. They got full dice. They got like pre-colors and glass things. They got these.
Oh, these are the new ones actually. These are
Whoa.
sexy. Wow, sexy.
The Shattered Glass, very cute.
Shattered glass.
Huge.
They also their new set is the Dungeon, the Monster Manual dice set that they are releasing now. Looks very sexy.
Sexy.
They're like metal with like engraved color bits
We
in the
like
shape of
sexy
dragons
dice.
and beholders. It's pretty cute.
Yeah.
My new favorite bit is making you guys do ad reads without any warning. If you use code nerdynightly15 at MissyMountainGaming.com, you can get a discount on the best accoutrement in the business. Robin, thank you for that. Clarus, back to you.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Well, it's hot as balls. So measure your balls and then step outside and see if they're the same temperature.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Before we get into the
official
show,
way.
I also just need to make a quick comment. In The Boys Season 4 Episode 1 reaction, which went live last night, I did make jokes about steaming your balls so that they wouldn't wrinkle.
Right, for legal reasons, please
Don't do
don't do
that.
that. Don't do that.
I just have to, since this is the first time I'm live since that one live, and people are saying that we should get the
Don't do
nerdy
that.
ball steam challenge going.
No.
Don't.
We're not
please.
gonna.
It was
No.
a joke.
Damn.
Yeah, for legal reasons.
For legal reasons.
Yeah,
it's a joke.
we have to say that.
Is there anything else that the audience needs to know before we begin?
Just don't steam your balls.
Yeah.
That's what
Like,
I
if
just
I can
said.
double down on that one.
Yeah.
We can really
from
hammer this
personal
home.
experience.
Actually,
Personal experience, it's not. It's not
Not
worth
worth
it.
it's not worth it to have wrinkle-free balls.
Yeah. Steamed
So they
buns?
just look shiny.
Different story.
Can you imagine if you had like a shiny
Smooth
head, but it was your balls? Like
Yeah.
it would just look weird.
Yeah.
I think it
You
looked
know how people say
out of place.
smooth-brained? That's
It's like,
Smooth
one,
buns.
it's like
What does that
One Punch
entail?
Man, but instead of his bald head, it's
I
bald.
feel like I go in the steam
Shiny.
room a lot though, so I guess I do steam my balls. It just doesn't do anything.
I
You
think with-
don't directly. Steam
yeah, like
your
don't take a
balls.
I
steamer
mean, if
and-
I'm steaming everything, then that's like saying that you don't steam your sleeves, you steam your jacket. But like, I do steam my sleeves. It's just part of the jacket. You know what I mean?
But like you directly steam it. You don't like stand. It's like saying like I soak my balls, but you go stand out in the rain.
No, but I soak my balls in the bath.
I mean, yeah, sure. I don't know.
No. Keep going. This is exciting.
What about being in the rain is soaking to
Well,
you?
you're just like wet.
Well, soaking's what the Mormons do, but I want to watch so bad.
What?
Someone
It's
myself?
so
Soak?
weird. It's so weird, but like not
He
for
wants
like
to be a jumper. He
I was
wants
gonna
to
say,
be hired as a jumper.
why watch
I
when you
would,
can get paid?
in a heartbeat, be a jumper, just for just to watch that
The
experience.
room where it happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Much
That is
like
what I
Leslie
was
Adam
on Hamilton
Jr.
doing.
That's actually a good rhythm. That's a good rhythm for it too. The room where it happened.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah. You just gotta keep
Wow,
that.
you have
Yeah.
sex really slow.
My what?
What?
What's slow?
Anyway, we need to we need to stop having intros like this and play Dungeons and
You're
Dragons.
right. We need to make this Patreon exclusive.
The intros?
We made a joke about doing like a warm up like Patreon
We
exclusive
made a
thing
joke.
so we could get
Sorry,
our
you weren't here.
unhingedness.
Yeah.
We made
out.
a joke about doing like a pre-show on Patreon
I think it's a good show.
where all of the shit that gets us
Right?
demonetized gets said, so
Yeah,
that when
that-
we're live, we don't get demonetized.
Yeah.
Every single episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oopsie.
Join patreon.com/nerdynightly if you want us to continue doing this, because we will run out of money eventually. Please, God. That's mostly a joke. We're fine.
But still do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or else.
We'll get demonetized and we'll run out of money. But that's a joke, so.
So.
But still do it.
This is
But
circle.
now us three have to be quiet for like an hour and a half now.
Yeah,
Whilst
we have
Rob
to
gets his
watch.
special little episode.
You are so jealous.
No, I had a special
Actually, Brian,
episode.
like-
You're gonna be green by the second
I had
episode
a
today.
special episode a few weeks ago. I loved it.
You're gonna be doing
Right.
the fucking Wizard and I over there with how green you're gonna be. You envious little bitch.
You guys just start saying
you get
loading,
your own
but you're
table.
going
You get your own little
Do
episode.
it one better. Go sit over there. Let me have my own table while I do this too.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
I was
I'm kidding.
considering making you guys like leave and doing this with just Rob.
Nah.
But I'm about to say a lot of things to you.
Yeah.
And I don't think the audience needs to watch me say them to you and then them come back and you have to
Say it
repeat everything
again?
to them.
No one-
Okay.
no one
You
needs
could
that.
just watch the stream upstairs.
Who watches?
If you want.
No.
If you guys want to leave, go leave. But
No.
for
I
now,
want to be here.
the majority of Astral Dusk, the game has begun, have returned to a village with a building on fire. But we're not quite there yet in the story because we're going back
To reality.
To the beginning.
to the beginning of the day.
Time.
Not the beginning of our characters' days, as they had been awake for many hours. They're exhausted. They had exited a tunnel leading into a village of ogres
Oh yeah.
just south of Dargard Keep.
For anything that's happened up to this point. Oh, yeah.
It's been 84 years.
Oh yeah,
Right,
we
did
talked
that.
about this literally upstairs 20 minutes ago.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, my mind is. So many balls have been
So
steamed
Lord
since that
Soth
time.
is free.
Yeah, I know. I know that.
So at the very beginning, we were going to meet Isbin Green.
Holy shit. Who
Yes.
the fuck is Isbin Greenshield?
His body's with us, actually.
Right.
For the majority of our party, meeting this ogre troop was a interesting conversation where they misled the ogres into believing that they were agents of Lord Soth, who were there to recruit the ogres to come join the war effort. They learned a lot about those ogres over the course of the day. But before Calgaro could get pulled into that adventure, he was yanked away by an elderly, matronly ogress.
Nice.
A large woman who pulled him out of the crowd of people he arrived with, calling him moon-touched and telling him to come with her. And that is where we're going to begin, in the past for everyone else. But in the present for you, and in an unexpected moment for Rob,
Yeah.
who did not expect to be here.
What?
Is the name of this episode Moon Touched by an Ogress?
It's actually kind of. That's nice.
No, it's called Dreams of Direction. It's pretty cool.
Nice.
I you know,
The alliteration.
you gotta.
Yeah.
I don't know why the music stopped.
Misdirection.
Calgaro, as you are pulled away by this ogress, you're pulled into a village of large buildings. These ogres stand significantly taller than you, and so do the door frames and therefore the floors. There aren't a lot of two-story buildings in this town, but the buildings that you do see all seem to be made of the same very dark wood. So dark, in fact, that it seems like the wood itself is not its natural color. It has been covered in some sort of lacquer. Perhaps to protect it from the elements. You're not sure. But the darkness of the village stands in contrast to the valleys and mountains around, as you have stepped out into a small village in a beautiful swath of untouched nature. As far as you can see, there are peaks of mountains in every direction, and it looks like you have found yourself in a valley inside of a mountain range.
Wow.
A valley that, looking at a map, you wouldn't expect to find in this spot south of Dargard Keep. As you know, most mountains at the time just sort of most maps of the time just put a couple of mountains here, and it's unexpected to see this sort of bowl in the middle of this range. But this ogress leads you to her hut, and you can tell almost immediately that it's hers. All of the others are sort of the same circular shape. Some have a second story, some are a bit larger, some are a bit smaller. But they all have the same sort of design ethos, which is the wood with the thatched roof. But hers is decorated. And you can see hanging from the thatch around the ring of this circular home, there are shapes molded out of twigs and leaves and branches. It looks like there is some attempt at warding around this house. And as you walk by and you kind of take in all of these things, you see that there's a pattern to it. And it's these circular patterns that have a large circle, a medium circle, and a small circle. And they're painted lightly in reds and whites and blacks. And you realize that this woman seems to have this constellation of moons over and over and over again surrounding the entire home that you can see.
Oh, wow.
As she leads you to her door and she opens it and she gestures inside. Come, Moontouched. We have much to discuss, I think.
Sure. And he tentatively walks in. Yeah.
As you enter the home, it's humid. It's warm on either side. It is a single room dwelling. You can see there is a bed against the far wall from the door that is really just furs overlapping in a shape that looks like someone sleeps there. On either side of the room, there are fires that are lit and going. On one, there is a kettle that is just boiling some sort of incense tea smell into the air.
Okay.
And on the other, there just seems to be a large fire going. And around it, there seem to be... There's two tables. And on either table, there just seems to be a plethora of jars and ingredients and small bits of different kinds of fur and hairs. And in front of that fire, there's a large mortar and pestle. You see on the floor in front of you, in the middle of this room, there is a large circular rug that is thatched with thick fibers and quilted almost, with a red circle in the middle, a black circle in the middle, a red circle, and then a white circle. And around it, there are 4 points where there's a cushion that are all sort of equidistant around this rug. And she sort of gestures to one side near where the tea is brewing. And she says, please sit here.
Yeah, sure. And he kind of plops down cross-legged with his hands on his knees and waits.
She brews a tea behind you. You can hear her pouring something, and as she finishes pouring 2 glasses, she comes around you and she places one on the ground in front of you and crosses to the other side, to the cushion that is directly across from you. You feel rather small on this cushion.
Yeah.
It is built for someone at least harvest size.
Yeah.
And so you are sort of like really
chair.
sunk in there.
Yeah.
Like up the dream.
Yeah, like my legs are actually up a little bit.
It's large enough that like you could probably take a pretty good nap.
Nice.
Here.
We love those really big chairs.
And as you sit there, she sits down across from you, sits cross-legged, and places her tea in front of her. And she begins to disrobe her top half. And she looks across at you and says, please, show me your moons.
Sorry, how do you...
And you see as she
How do you
begins to
know?
pull her shirt down,
Yeah.
where the cavity between her breasts is, as she exposes herself to you, is an open wound where you see pulsing with red light is a similar piece to yours,
Oh,
a
shit.
piece of the red moon.
huge.
that sits in her open chest with
Oh my god.
rot
But
and
like a chunk. Like
a
pe-
chunk that has
Oh wow.
like collapsed into her sternum
Yeah.
and seems to be inside of a wound that isn't quite healing around it, but looks old. In some places it seems to have healed, and in other it seems like it is surrounded by decay.
Yeah.
As if this wound has been here for years and is very slowly killing her.
Oh wow.
And unlike yours, which are grown into you and move with you to a point where they feel almost made for your body.
Yeah.
Hers, the movement of age that she showed walking into this hut, you could see, seems to be more about the way in which this rock is affecting her body,
Yeah.
rather than her age itself. The way she moves her arms, the way she moves her legs, there is a vitality to this person. But this rock that sits, glowing with the red energy, seems to be causing her to hunch in on herself a little bit.
It's like almost draining or sapping her energy in a
It's more that it seems to be like affecting her breath. She can't breathe as
Okay.
deep. Her lungs can't quite expand the way they should.
Yeah.
Her chest can't expand out, so she's very hunched in around it.
Got it.
And the light glow doesn't seem to be taking from her. It just seems to be this constant, like, as if it is glowing with her heartbeat.
Mm-hmm.
And she sits there completely exposed from the waist up to you.
Yeah.
And she leans forward and she says, I know, because I can feel you. She takes a sip of her tea.
Do I feel anything as well?
I think this music is a little intense.
A little intense.
It's a little intense.
Perfect.
Roll a religion check for me.
Religion. My favorite.
Super religious.
Super. Well, not really, but yeah. 21. Today, the Bible. No.
In this moment of seeing someone else with an affliction that you had thought you were singular in, I think there's a moment of introspection for Cal.
Yeah.
And you look inside yourself and you really focus on those rocks, the red stones brimming inside of you.
Yeah.
And you realize that in actually stepping back from the moment and looking inward, you do sense a magnetism from her that comes from that large stone piece in her chest.
Okay.
Larger than any individual piece you've found in your body. And in that moment, you realize that you do feel her when you're attentive to it.
Yeah, he just kind of just reaches down at his waist and like with one motion just takes his shirt off and kind of puts it to his side, still cross-legged, like still trying to stay peaceful and not alarmed and more honed into the feeling, and he just kind of goes, strange, I thought I was alone in this.
Yes. You're not. The stones from the sky affect many people. There's something about our magic that they find themselves magnetized to. It is uncommon to see people with red, and far more uncommon to see people with black, but there are many who have been touched by Solinari.
I travel with one.
Who's been touched by the stones itself.
No, just.
Oh, I did not feel anything from your compatriots.
Sorry,
so-
no, just
Right.
just the big guy
Yes.
himself.
I get the sense that you are not actively communicating with our god.
No.
Why do you
No.
think the stones are there then?
You know, kind of been asking that these last few years. Really, I have no idea. Everyone else, inspected the stone before it erupted and didn't affect any of them, and then I show up and
Yes.
why? Yeah, I've been asking why me since the day.
I have as well. I was much younger, and it was a dark night. But there was a fire in the sky, and it was beautiful to watch. I was out with my husband, and this stone fell, crashed through the tree in front of us, and it was so fast. I remember seeing the tree before me erupt in flames, and all of a sudden everything went black. And when I woke up, it was in me.
Jeez.
And it's been there ever since. I went all the way to Sylvanesti and tried to have them remove it. But, of course, being an ogre, they were not...
They're not the kindest.
Yes, they were not keen to have me enter their lands.
I'm sorry.
It is all right. I think that if I had had it removed, I would have missed out on so much that I've experienced. And some things are meant to be the way they are.
Starting to feel the same about it, to be honest.
Drink your tea.
Yes, sorry, of course.
Gamer subs, use code Clarus.
Gamer subs. Use code Clarus.
Well, unlike Gamer Subs, which is an energy drink that helps you stay awake, you realize as you're sipping this tea that you are beginning to get rather drowsy.
Got it.
And
Unlike Gamer subs.
there's a moment
They're
where
sleepy ones now.
there is a moment where, as you are beginning to fall asleep here, you have this moment of arrested warning within yourself, where you kind of sit up really straight and look at her as if she has drugged you.
Yeah.
She has, but the realization comes across you that she is also drooping.
Oh,
As she is finishing her tea as well.
got it.
She has drank a considerable amount more than you, but you're a considerable amount smaller than her. And you feel your eyes get heavy, and you slink back onto
Beanbag.
a very comfortable beanbag. Of the places to be driven unconscious by someone else, this is
So nice.
pretty good one.
Fireplace
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
behind me. Like, this is good.
As you-
Beanbag angels. Just
As you open your eyes, you find yourself sitting cross-legged again
yeah.
on dirt. And the first thing, as you kind of pick your head up off of your chest and you're looking down, you see this red clay. And as you reach out and touch it, the color is immediately apparent to you. It is the same color as the rocks in your body.
Got it.
And you look up and you see across from you an ogress. Much younger,
Oh,
the
shit.
same woman,
Yeah.
no cavity in her chest. And you look down at yours and you
Yeah.
realize that for the first time in years, there's no stones in you either. It is your perfect skin, unblemished by the accident that gave you your power. And as you look around, you see, sitting on a small rock to your right, there is a large, round woman, beautiful in every way, but everything about her has this sort of circular roundness. She doesn't seem to be any race that you've ever seen before, but depending on the angle you look at her, sometimes she seems human and sometimes elvish and sometimes dwarvish, and her size is shimmering as if she's trying to present a form to you that you can make sense of, but ultimately you can't.
Yeah.
And from this, a voice speaks to you. Caligaro,
Hello?
thank you for bringing him here. We've needed to talk for quite some time.
Are you... I just instinctively check my chest again, like...
Here I can be here, and there I am there. But yes, it's good to meet you.
Holy God.
That's many of us, but yes,
Yes, no, sorry.
I'm just the one. And before you was Lunatari,
Yeah.
the goddess of the Red Moon, hovering over Kryn.
It's an honor, really.
It shouldn't be.
No,
We've been together for a long time.
I guess we have.
You found yourself a rather delightful group of compatriots.
Yeah, that's one way of putting it for sure there.
Well,
Disagree.
a
Trustworthy.
champion of Solinari,
True.
Press X to doubt. Sorry.
Cal will remember this.
you found yourself a champion of Solinari, a wolf of Nuatari, And one of my other compatriots I know is with you. But I'm not as close to the other gods as I am to the moons. We have a lot to discuss, Caligero.
Yeah, I guess so.
What do you want?
That's a big question. Just in general? From my own life? From my companions? Sorry, I'm answering your question with 3 questions. That's not really fair.
I have 3 answers. If you have 3 questions.
Oh, God. Zzz. I'll try to answer a bit of yours, I guess. First, I think that's only fair. It's almost embarrassing to say, but for the longest time, I've wanted power, but not. It's always associated with control or wanting to rule on others or anything like that. But I've just wanted to be able to do enough when it was needed.
Do I not give you enough power?
No, you do. This was before you. You've.
So you would say you're content then?
I'm floored. The things I can do now. I almost was afraid of it, to be honest. I didn't.
The fear is natural.
Oh, good.
Well, most mortals fear the power of the gods.
Mm-hmm.
You will have far more power before I think this is done. All 4 of you will. But you have paths ahead of you, Caligero. Many paths. Many options.
Mm-hmm.
The Dragon Queen has returned. And therefore we all have. We cannot let her have Kryn.
No.
It cannot be allowed. And so there will be many champions. Not just the 4 of you. The healer in Calamon.
Mm-hmm.
The tinkerer. You've met some already.
We have.
But is Calamon your goal?
My personal goal.
What is your goal? Is it just to continue to have power?
I mean, I guess I can't really lie to the gods, can I? I want my mom back. I know that sounds maybe like the emotional reaction of a petulant child, but she was taken way too early, and there are powers out there that can bring her back.
There are.
I want to fix a few mistakes in my life.
Those are long goals. I cannot do that for you now.
That's fair.
My energy is caught at the moment. I must stop Takesis. We all must.
I can help with that.
Then you have a choice to make. There are 3 allies of yours in grave danger. Your father, in Calamon, is attempting to manage the siege that has fallen upon the city in the weeks since you left. Your friend, the burly one, from your youth. He is in Qualinesti, and he is attempting to help the Sylvanestian elves escape from the water bridge's control.
Of course he is.
And your friend Mel. Your friend Mel is somewhere in Sylvanesti. She's attempting to reclaim the dragon orb that was damaged, to bring it back, to fix it, so that the damage to your homeland might be undone.
Is she... How? How can something reverse what's been done?
The dragon orb was broken on purpose. It can be fixed.
Yeah. And all the lives lost in Sylvan Esti, all the destruction, that's just
It
gonna
isn't about
go...
bringing people back, but it is about saving the land itself.
Yeah, that's fair.
They are all... And in that moment, she turns. And she becomes concerned for a second. She can see my eyes upon them. And in the distance in front of you, you see a flash of fire as a burning image of your father appears on this moon and begins walking towards you. And off in the distance to your left, you see another flash of fire, and this burning image of Mel appears. And then another, and a hulking male figure begins to walk towards you, your friends, your father. And as they begin to walk, they begin to run at you. And she says, I have so much more to tell you, but I can't keep her out, Cal. I am trying, but Takesis can see you, and I cannot keep her out.
What do you want me to do? What can I do?
I need you to roll initiative for me.
Oh, fuck.
Oh!
That's
Oh,
not good.
damn!
God damn!
It's it's Brian, do you want to say it?
14. I don't even need to look.
Wonderful. Before we begin this, I do want to say, take a long rest.
Sure.
Within this plane of your god,
That tea.
you
From-
are
Yeah, it was the tea.
Yeah.
in this extra dimensional plane with your god. You are fully healed.
God damn.
Thanks, Lunatari.
Bullshit, we didn't get that.
Wow.
We didn't even get
Where's
that.
my
Fight a couple dragons just, on a.
I heard you guys are a little bloody and tired and hurt.
I'm fine,
I've
actually.
almost died 3 times in one day. It's fine.
That's
Yeah.
just that
You guys
happens.
got rocked.
That happens with
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
with or without me.
True.
So your father is going to be the first to reach you. He is going to lash out at you with a whip of flames from his hand.
Ooh, okay.
That is going to be a 23 to hit.
Yeah, just.
And then that is going to be 9 points of fire damage.
Wow, that was fast.
Okay.
But you're immune to fire damage.
I'm not immune to fire damage.
You're immune to father damage.
You've gone to therapy, you're now immune to your dad.
Yeah.
No, well,
Yeah.
the Cal hasn't yet, so it's actually double damage on the dice.
Oh, your dad, you're actually weak to your
I'm
father.
weak to father. Shit. Okay.
I will double all his damage from now on.
You take 9 fire damage and then an additional 9 psychic damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck.
All right, that's your turn.
Oh my god.
Directly in front of you, there is an ogress who is beginning to get up and look around in fear. And then to her left is your dad, and then the other 2 are on your left, on her right. And then into your distance to the right here, Lunatari seems to be concentrating on trying to push things back
Okay.
on a dimension you can't see.
Ogress, dad, Lunatari, friends.
No,
Still.
no, friends.
Okay, friends.
Ogress, dad, Lunatari.
Dad, Lunatari.
We're just gonna, I don't have a map for this. We're
It's
just
all
gonna-
no, it's theater of the mind. Again, and these are very clearly not my friends and family.
They are made of flame, and one of them just whipped you in the face. So, it depends on how your dad treated you growing
Sounds
up.
like my
but-
childhood.
Yeah, might be right.
I'm like, this is just dad.
Tyler's like, that's the nicest thing a dad could do to
Yeah,
a son.
exactly.
God. What does it feel like to have a dad?
Oh, wish my dad
Woof.
would whip me with flame.
All the rest were jokes. That felt too real. What you doing?
I'm going to. Well, he's made of fire, huh?
Well, he looks like he's made of fire.
Looks like he's made of fire.
It felt pretty hot when he stung you on the cheek there.
Giggity.
Well, yeah. Have you seen this picture? All right.
True.
I'm going to.
We can't share that though. We need Gabe to draw a hot daddy.
A hot daddy? Oh, yeah,
dad.
sure. Yeah, no, because the other stuff is
Zaddy.
just pulled from like Pinterest. Great. Cal, just sort of like recovering from the whip, is gonna dig his heels into the ground and kind of like 2-3 breaths, and the breath like one little thing of breath sparks like cool mist, and it actually just starts spinning around him, and he hastes himself with. But I'm quickening it. So I'm gonna quicken.
Okay.
So I'm gonna quicken my haste on myself,
Okay.
which before I forget also adds AC, right? 2 points.
2 AC.
Yeah.
Yeah, before I fucking get hit with a 23 again, no problem. It's fine, and that's so hasted is a bonus action, which means I technically have 2 actions now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. How far feet wise was my dad? He like 15-foot whip kind of thing, or
Yeah.
okay. So
So huge fucking, so fucking
it's a big
Balrog
whip, yeah,
size whip.
exactly.
It's not like a he's not holding a
No,
whip.
no, yeah.
His hand whipped out and the flame just like arced
Yeah.
over and
You know,
hit.
he did this.
Yeah.
Now watch me whip.
Oh my god.
He's gonna try and like, yeah, as he goes like and he hastes himself, he's gonna like take 3 steps forward, and as if he's digging into the dirt and like forming it into an imaginary snowball, like it's encrusting in his hand, is gonna ray of frost at his dad.
Great.
Who's frozen, or if on fire.
Hell yeah.
So I'm hoping that's gonna
Nice.
chill the fuck out of it. Chill out, Dad!
Nice. Nice.
Is that an attack or is that a save?
That's an attack
Great.
roll with a +7 on it. 19 + 7,
Yeah, that,
26.
I think 26.
I like the fact that your
You know
dad
what?
uses flame and you're using ice in a cool
Yes.
thematic opposites.
Yeah, fuck you, Dad. I mean, I love my dad now. He talked to me and everythking. So it's gonna be.
He
Jesus.
talked to me once.
He talked to me once. And Ray of Frost.
That's how I
is-
feel about every woman I meet.
One time.
I love her now. I talked to her one
I
time.
talked to her one time. Is it 2d8 or 2d10? Ray of Frost.
2d8.
2d8.
Probably, yeah.
2d8
2d10 is
because it
fireball.
slows them.
Firebolt. It slows them if it hits,
slows
which it
them
did,
by 10
right?
feet.
So he's slowed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he also takes.
Ooh.
That's 7 and 6 is what, 13? Right? Is that 7 and 6? 13? Yeah.
yeah. 13 damage. Great.
How far? And then the other 2 people approaching me are in a group of 2, or you said it's 3 of them, 4 of them,
The 2 of them are they're like coming at you from the same direction, but they're not grouping.
and it
but-
is 2 of them.
Yeah.
So just without, so that he digs into the ground, chucks a wave of ice at his dad, and without even looking, he almost closes his eyes and just in the direction of them, upcasts a shatter in their
Great. Yeah. Yeah.
at them.
So that's a dexterity save.
That's a leveled spell. You've already cast a leveled spell this
But
turn.
he-
I cast a
quickened.
cantrip and I quicken my bonus action. Is that not a?
That's still a leveled spell.
Oh, it is a level spell.
It depends. Yeah.
I think if you quicken
No.
a spell,
No,
you
it's a
can
it's a
cast 2
bonus
level
action,
spells,
but
right?
it's level.
No, you can
At Baldur's Gate, you can.
One level spell per turn.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought Quicken changed that. Okay, yeah.
No. I also thought Quicken can change that. So instead.
Damn, I don't even need to like be a DM. I'll just
No,
sit here and let
you're
you
good.
guys fucking
Yeah.
rules
Can you
lure each
shut
other.
your mouth?
I was fully gonna be like, yeah, he quickened
I
it,
was
it's fine.
I was like, oh well, technically because the haste is an additional action, so maybe it's fine.
Yeah.
maybe...
No.
I don't
No,
know.
you'd be
I
able
don't
to-
care.
I would
I
let you
have
cast.
been-
I would let you cast 2 leveled spells with haste,
I have been shit on so
But-
many times for this.
but
so-
you can't. But only if you use both of your actions.
Oh, and it's completely.
But because
it's,
it takes one of your actions to cast haste, you don't get another. You don't have 2 actions anymore. You have 1 action this turn, and the
exactly. Yeah.
Oh,
so you can cast
gotcha.
hand. But next turn you
If
can
I
cast
absorb
2
both my
leveled
actions
spells.
for 2 level spells with bonus
Yeah,
action
yeah.
and thing, totally fair. I like that rule.
This was
But
the
for
thing with
now-
haste that I hated for
Roleplay really
Roleplay
well.
role.
Roleplay Relay, where it was
Yeah.
like, no, you can attack 1 time, or you can like do an item, and I was like, no.
Well, because people paid for that, so we were like, we just made it.
Well, no,
strong.
I would home. I think that giving a barbarian another attack versus giving a wizard an unarmed attack makes haste a bad spell. Because it's like it's only worth hasting martial characters.
Kinda, right?
Well, that's the point, though, because otherwise you can fireball twice in a turn.
But then you're losing spell slots. Is the,
Yeah, you're
the
draining them
payoff?
quick.
Yeah, but if you
right?
lose concentration, you also lose a whole turn,
Yes, you
right?
do.
So there's like
Yeah.
in the math of it, it's like the risk reward system.
It is absolutely.
He's also by himself against 3 combatants, so
He gets all the
And he's also in God's
It's a
realm.
dream
It's
world.
like-
Okay, we just fought 2 frickin' dragons in a cave with nothing.
and I gave you an ogre to fucking help you.
in the same vein, instead of shatter, and they're beside each other, my
Yeah,
two
yeah.
friends. He's like Dad, I then arm up, arm down, and the split natural sacred flame comes
Great.
down. Because
Nice.
that's a cantrip, and it's a free
Yeah.
split.
Nice.
What's the save on
it's
that?
a save of 15,
What is that?
and it's 2d8.
Wow.
I was like, it's a line and 2 circles. And I was looking at
Oh my god.
and I was like, oh, it's an 18. One saves, one fails.
Oh my
One saves,
God.
one fails.
Damn.
Does it and because it's a free split, unlike Eldritch Blast, the same damage repeats twice.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Each of them
yeah,
get
yeah,
the
yeah.
2.
Yeah.
Do I roll separately or same for both? Oh, it's one roll for both split.
It's the same damage, so
Same
just roll
damage.
once.
Okay,
yeah,
roll
yeah.
one and yeah.
You rolled
Nice.
18.
No, I rolled a 4 and an 18.
Very good.
So one failed, and the
One
one that
succeeds.
failed takes the damage. It's free otherwise to the one who doesn't.
Yeah,
and
Mel takes the damage.
11. Shit, sorry, Mel.
I mean, you're not convinced that this is actually Mel. It
Yeah,
seems to be that Takesis is fucking with you.
Great. She still looks cute though, but it's fine.
That is actually going to be the ogre's turn, who has manages to get to her feet and is not 100% sure what to do. So she's just going to throw a quick healing word at you.
Thank you.
And so she heals you for 4 points.
Nice.
Thank you. That's back to
And then she's going to use her
cool.
action to get into like a dodge action.
Yeah, I was gonna say like, can I just yell at her, be like, get behind me? Does she have 30 feet?
Your dad is now in between you, so she would have to take an attack of opportunity to run around him.
Classic.
You have huge. You have like 40 foot of movement now, though. It's
Yep.
a haste. Yeah.
Why don't we
Oh,
just
yeah.
keep this pencil instead of erasing with one and writing with the other?
All right, that is going to be Mel's turn. She is going to run at you and try and flame tackle you.
Would be the first time.
That is going to be a 20 to hit, dirty.
Hold the phone. Dirty 20.
Beats it.
Exactly, because it's shields of +5.
Or you're trying to see if you can get over a 20.
I can't shield it, and I don't want to risk the reroll.
Yeah.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Great. So then
With arms wide.
I need you to make a strength saving throw for me.
My best. All right, here we go.
Nat 20, nat 20,
Yeah.
nat
Been
20.
eating
Here we
that
go.
jerky?
No, don't say it. Otherwise, gonna 13 -1 because it's
Aww.
yeah.
Boo.
13?
13.
Yeah, so you fail. You're knocked prone as this flaming body that looks like the slender female form that you are familiar with comes charging and barrels through you and knocks you to the ground. You are going to take 6 points of fire damage plus an additional point of fire damage as she rolls off of you. So 7 points total.
Okay.
Concentration.
And then
Yeah, I gotta roll for concentration.
Ooh, yes.
7. It has to be tenor.
Yeah,
And con. It's a save or flat roll.
it is a
Con.
Con save.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a concentration save.
6 + 6 is 12.
Great.
Nice.
Yeah, you pass. As you look up at the third and final form, you see your old teacher, the large burly
I
form
forgot his
of the
name,
martial elf
otherwise.
Pivan.
Pivan. Thank you.
Pivon. That's a good name.
It's a good name.
Pivon.
If you add an R in there, it gets weird, Matt Mercer. And so, Pervon. It's a whole
very
thing.
good.
Don't worry about it.
that was the name I gave you. Right?
They also try and flame whip
Pivan.
you. That's gonna be a 13 to hit.
It does not.
All right, and so yeah, Pivan lashes out at you, and you're able to just kind of like roll to the side as it. Oh, actually, fuck! It's a range attack, so it should be at disadvantage, but it already missed, so I'm not gonna worry
But
about
I'm
it.
prone, so it's advantage. So it's
No,
neutral.
because range is at disadvantage when you're prone, and
Yeah.
melee is at advantage.
Oh, sick. Okay. But you failed anyway, so it's great.
But failed anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Perfect.
And that comes back around. It is now your turn again, and so now Mel has rolled off above you, so you're now surrounded on all three sides.
Dad.
No, Dad's before you.
Dad's
That's
before
right.
me.
Yeah, yeah.
He's slowed, but he gets to go.
He is going to charge forward,
Yeah.
and he is going to like rockstar slide on his knees to your side, and just
Solinari
bring his
slide.
fist up and try and punch down on you
Great,
with
okay.
this flaming fist.
Well, this can't be the Solinari slide. This
No,
that's
no,
it,
it's
too.
very
Takesis.
different.
No, my dad
Tackle.
loves. No, my dad
Nice.
loves this. Oh, but he's Takesis, so he's
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he,
That's gonna be a 21 to hit.
fuck off, Dad. Yeah.
I've rolled, no joke, 3 19s.
You know what? Wait.
on these
My dad goes one turn before me. Silvery barbs.
Oh, great.
Yeah, and I'm gonna give myself.
It's still an advantage. Or no, I only rolled the top dice, right? Yeah, no, he missed.
Hey!
Nice.
And I have advantage.
He rolled a
Okay.
7. All right, so yeah,
Perfect.
he like power slides and tries and just swings his fist out a little
Yeah.
too soon, and he punches into the red dirt in front of you, and it
Perfect.
sizzles under the fire of his knees and
Does
fist.
it manifest actually like his little barbs made of silver, like
that'd be cool.
Because I kind of like that. Where it's like
Sure,
roll
it
away
can.
from whip. Then
Your
like,
spell can look however you want
yeah,
it to.
because I'm like so in the dirt right now with the red clay of the meteor. I like the idea that I use it to create the snowball. Then I dodge the whip, come up and like throw sand in his eyes, but it's like silvery barbs from like
Pocket sand.
Yeah, pocket sand. The cow fights dirty, and then I kick him in the nuts. No.
And steam
I've
is
wanted
nuts.
to do that
Yeah.
for so long.
and then I steam his nuts. Jesus.
It is your turn.
Thank you. So now, how close is everyone to me?
Your dad is directly in front of you.
Great.
Mel is right behind you, and then Pavan is about 10 feet away behind your father.
Well, I got to get up, so that's half movement no matter what, right?
Yeah.
So that's 20 feet of my 40. I'm gonna get up in the form of a gripped uppercut under the chin grab and shock and grasp my father.
Great. Yeah. Good.
Is he wearing any armor by chance?
He
he
doesn't
covered
even
in
look like
plate
he
mail?
has clothes on. He is literally just a spirit of flame.
You're only helping my imagination. Thank you. Great. So it's just the normal flat roll.
And honestly, like, he doesn't have a lot of shape outside of the face.
Got it.
Except like generic masculine. And Mel is like generic woman body,
Got it.
and then Mel's head.
It's like
There's no like body sliders.
No.
It's like
We
old
just started
video
character
games.
creation.
Well, and it's like
Baldur's
Baldur's Gate
Gate
3,
character
where like your dad is the thin model, and then Pavan is the big, beefy model.
exactly. Grasp is a +7. It's a dirty 20, I believe.
Yeah, that hits. You go to shocking grasp
Yes,
him,
it is.
and your fist passes through the neck up into his head.
Oh,
and you can
shit.
see your hand inside of where his head is, and you feel in that moment the unleash of the shocking grasp into the flames, and they seem to catch on to whatever the arcane connection is between this flames that's keeping the shape together.
Yeah.
Seems to be a conductor for your flame electricity as it sparks through his body, and he takes the damage.
Oh, damn.
You also take 1 fire damage
That makes
to your
sense.
hand as you feel it burn your hand as the shocking grasp ends.
He's gonna take 2d8. That went out. 8.
Great.
The
Yeah.
one that went out fucking was a 1. God damn it. 7 and a
Rolled
1.
it.
I know.
Shit.
Your
You can't
father's
re-roll the,
form,
out the thing.
the flames holding your father's form together are beginning to loosen, and you can see like the look of his face, which was so immediately obvious to you,
Yeah.
having known him your whole life, is slipping as these flames are no longer tethered as close together.
With that as a hint, because he's shocking grasp, he cannot take a reaction, so I take a 5-step foot back.
Great.
And just fucking pump through his chest 2 Eldritch Blasts.
Great. Yeah, roll attacks for me.
Yeah.
Tell us to the
Please. 21 and 22.
Yeah, those
Nice.
both hit.
Nice.
I wish you could roll this well
This
in
is
the
good.
material part.
Just a material guy. Sorry. That's only 11.
Great. Yeah, that is going to kill your father. As you watch as these eldritch blasts pass through his form and almost like keep going to the point where they hit Pavan behind, but they just fizzle out before they get to Pavan.
Perfect, okay.
But as they do, they pierce through, and you see these 2 gaping wounds in the chest of your father's flamish figure before you, and the flames kind of tickle away from each other and dissipate into the distance.
Okay. And he's just kind of there with his hands forwards and he just goes, it's almost therapeutic.
Hurontario, who has been focused and not making a noise this whole time, does chuckle at that. Like you hear this god. It sounds like the laughter of like 1,000 different voices
Yeah.
from one form, as this god has like an actual like giggle at that.
Nice. And 1 child to make it creepy. Like,
Yeah.
that's it. I just actually turned to face Mel.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah, you managed to like back up. You didn't leave her melee range because she was been
Yeah.
right there. Yeah, so it's gonna be the ogress's turn. Seeing that these things can be fought with magic, now that you've attacked a couple of times, the ogress is going to follow up what you did and Ray of Frost as well.
Amazing.
At this one behind. That is going to be 2. So it
Nails him.
Oh.
doesn't. She like shoots this Ray of Frost at Pavan's back, and it like goes over his shoulder, kind of drawing his attention as she misses pretty hardcore.
Yeah, that was bad.
which is going to be their turns now. Mel is going to attempt to just take a knife. Her hand kind of turns into like a blade of flame, and she's just going to take a slice at your midsection with a dirty 20 to hit.
God damn it, Mel. I can't do anything about that shit.
You do have a reaction again.
I have a reaction, but I already have an advantage, and I can't stack them with barbs, so it'd be a waste. And if she rerolls and goes above a fucking... No, I gotta take it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is going to be 5 points of fire damage. I rolled really low, and as she carves into your stomach.
3, that'd be 18. And then on my save, though, I can use my advantage for con save for the concentration. Plus, hopefully not that I would need it. I would have 12 again. That's a fucking nat 1 and a 6.
Damn.
Yeah, that was lucky.
Yeah.
All right,
So
My advantage is gone, and I took the damage. And I'm concentrating on haste.
Pavan, having felt this sort of ray of frost over his shoulder, turns towards the ogress who is in this field with
Amazing.
you. And he's going to charge over and sort of like Hadouken both fists of flame into her midsection.
Fuck.
That is going to be a 19 to hit.
Oh, what a copycat, though. That was my Hadouken.
I know, right? It's more that what you see is he runs over and he slaps his fists together, and they become one sort of like ball of fire.
I hate the idea of
pounds.
slapping your fists together.
Ow, my knuckles!
Kind of like this.
Just break.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, but he rolls a 1 and a 2, so he actually only does
Yeah, get wrecked, nerd.
Nice.
5 damage.
Yeah, loser.
Cast vicious mockery from the other side.
But you see as she takes this blow to her chest, this woman is near the end of life, and that even just that 5 damage seems to do a lot to her, as she is immediately knocked to one knee and is sort of like gripping at her
Shit.
exposed chest that is now just a little bit burnt from where these two fists slammed into her. That is going to come around. It is now your turn because your dad is no longer with us.
But not for real, right?
It's really just like these two nude, like Cal and this ogress are just naked on Mars fighting 3 fire spirits.
They're only half naked.
No, their clothes are definitely not there.
Wow, okay.
It's God Realms. They don't give a shit about stuff like that. They don't wear clothes.
His owns.
Overrated.
Taking 2 hits from Mel so far, pretty much, and Dad doesn't count, but he kind of like smirks at Mel, knowing it's not her, and he's like, "You were always the one who could get to me." And then he kind of like, as he goes for her, it's just kind of going to happen back to back. Since the shocking grasp worked, but before the shocking grasp happens, his feet are going to pop up off the ground for a second as those strands come from his back again, and encase his body in light, and then become the mage armor around him.
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
Which is my slot. And as he comes down, tries to hit with a shocking grasp.
Roll an attack for me.
Oh, Mel, please!
Bop him on the head.
Tell me how cool Cal is.
Magical
when
imbalance, it's a 17.
Not around.
I forgot about it!
I'm so proud.
Absolutely.
I'm growing up, guys! I'm like, it's not a bad roll.
You're going to take 2 points of fire damage.
Yes.
As your hand passes through her system, and as your hand passes through, you feel that electrical charge in your hand, and it connects with the arcane tethers of this fiery spirit body. As you burn yourself, dealing how much damage to her?
9 more damage.
Amazing.
Call it a 9.
And they call it a 9!
Mel's body begins to untether a little bit, the way your father's had previously before you killed him.
Great. And I'm like, and I just step back from the flame, but I don't actually move 5 feet.
Correct? Is that your turn?
That was leveled, cantrip, no movements, and we're good. Yeah.
Okay. The ogress
baby.
is going to pop a cure wounds into herself.
Yes, absolutely.
As she... What is cure wounds at level 1?
It's just a
I wonder what
1d8.
we're doing at this time. We're like walking around like, yes, I just, Cal can be cool. I mean, I'm sure one day he'll do something interesting. But
Meanwhile, Band's like halfway up the cliff, like,
At this
Cal
point
is
in
having
time,
this fucking
we are
superhero
plotting
fight.
to replace Cal with our ogre friend.
Oh, yeah. Because this
funny
guy's so cool and Cal just
Yeah.
doesn't have the coolness.
I was gonna say, yeah, because complimenting me, that's a different pace from the last episode, I hear, so...
The ogre is currently confused that Bannon isn't your child. I think that's where we're at. You have just turned into a werewolf.
More of my
Yeah.
child, though.
And
at
he's
this
like,
point.
oh, Are you their child?
Yeah.
I think that's where we're at in
Probably
episode 18.
about it, yeah.
All right, that is going to be Mel's turn.
Great.
As the ogress is just standing there, it like doesn't want to leave the melee. It doesn't want to take an attack of opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely
but does
not.
have an action, so it's just kind of like healing themselves.
Yes.
That is going to be Mel, who is going to take 2 like small attacks at you.
Okay.
That is going to be, ooh, God, nope. That is going to be a 4 and an
Great.
8.
Not even close.
Hell yeah.
So that sucks.
Yeah.
She's just swinging wild at Liu. And it's not even that they don't hit, it's that the flames, as she tries to extend her body at
Yeah.
you, because she's starting to fall apart a little bit, the flames at the ends of her
Dispersing
arms
a little
aren't
bit.
connected enough to actually
Yeah.
like burn you.
Yeah.
And so
It's like when you take your hand to the candle. And
yeah,
it's just like,
exactly like
you
that.
just like swipe at it.
Pervon, with his hands still kind of congealed into this mass, is going to bring them up and bring his hands down onto this
Rabbit
ogress.
punch, don't do it.
That is going to be an 8 to hit. So he is going to swing and miss over
Thank
her
God,
head
okay.
as she's still down on one knee healing herself.
Thought you were about to say that's gonna hit. I was like, what is her AC?
Absolutely not. It's come back around to you.
Great. Shit. He's Cal at this point is like, okay, fool me twice, and like he's brushing his hands off the burns. He's like, I don't want to do that again. So he is going to. I'm in melee range though, right? If I
You are in melee range. Yeah.
my spells go at disadvantage if I'm close up, or just
Your
spell sniper
ranged...
gets rid of my.
No.
No, I
Oh,
have
no,
my
spell-
range. I can is fine in melee. It's a
There you
perk.
go.
It's a perk. It's a perk. It's a perk. It's a perk.
It's perk, it's perk.
It's perk, it's perk, it's perk,
It's a perk. 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 It's here somewhere.
Yeah, spell sniper.
Spell sniper is like
Is it not warcaster that I'm thinking of?
No, maybe.
Warcaster is for
Concentration, and then you can also
Yeah.
do shocking.
There are
blast or something.
gloves
Yeah.
in Baldur's Gate that do that, but I don't actually know of an ability that lets you cast spells in melee.
No, it's that you don't lose a disadvantage.
Yeah.
Because it's close, and
I don't know of any. I don't know of a perk that
I
does
don't
that.
think I have it.
Great.
Because it might not exist.
But melee spells, darn.
But
like
then,
shocking
like,
blast or
if
something.
if they are, if it's a AOE, which they need to save for, that's fine.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like shatter.
Yeah, yeah.
Etc.
What are you doing?
It's 1 damage. I'm gonna grab her again.
Great. Shocking grass.
Nice.
It's 1 damage. 17.
All right. Yeah. As you thrust your fist into her belly, you are able to unload in the middle of her frame, killing her and dispersing her body as she shatters into flames that just pass away into the distance. You're going to take 4 points of fire damage.
Yeah, she exploded. That makes sense.
Actually, no, that's just what I rolled for the.
It's,
Oh.
Yeah.
it's deep.
Oh, you
Rolling.
rolled the 1. It wasn't.
I've
just
been rolling a
one.
d4
Yeah.
each time, and yeah, that was just the one time I.
And now you roll it good.
Oh, you'll survive. Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah, I was gonna
Might die
say
here.
you're counting your.
We just find your dead body.
And then I.
Thank you so much for coming back. You are going home now.
Yeah. You are the weakest link.
Goodbye. I actually will. Yeah. Boom. She explodes on me. I kind of like fucking shield my hands from the flames and just turn around and just yell at oh my god. Piven. Piven.
Paimon?
Pivon.
Paimon. Pivonin.
You said Pervon earlier.
I'm on.
Pervon.
No, Pivon's from Critical Role.
No, but
This
you
is
said
Pivon.
it. The last time you said it, I clocked it. And I was like,
Shut up. I didn't name this character. I want to be clear. This
I named
is
him,
a
I
character
named him,
that
I
you
named him,
named.
I named
had
him.
nothing to do with this.
And similarly, as he used to do in class when I was being a shithead, all he sees come from my mouth is "eat," and behind him he hears a shattering "no," and like all the fucking dirt and everything becomes off hard rock and
Great.
shatters into him.
Great.
And it's a
What's the
spell
save on
DC on 15.
He saves.
Okay.
Fucker.
16, so halved is 8.
Great.
That could have fucking killed him.
The ogress is going to stand up, and on her turn, she is going to
Disengage.
Disengage and run.
You know what? Yeah, she's gonna disengage. And she's gonna start running to get behind the goddess. She
Fair.
like sees Lunatar
Yeah.
and she's like running towards her god.
I love you, I love you, I love you.
For his turn, though, he is going to turn and he's going to launch a fire whip at her, like he was doing before. That is
I thought she
going
was
to hit.
disengaging.
No, on his turn. He follows her.
It's his.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oops.
Yeah.
And so she's like running across as this like fire whip comes lashing out at her.
No.
That does hit, unfortunately.
No. Let her play,
No.
coach.
And you watch as this fire whip cracks her between the shoulder blades.
Yeah.
And she goes skidding into the ground in front of her.
Fuck.
As she has fallen unconscious.
No.
And you see her lying there in the red dust as Pivan turns towards you and starts moving towards you. And he's now about 10 feet in front of you.
Great. That's me then, yeah?
Yeah.
Pop 2 Eldritch Blast as usual.
LDs? Okay.
LD's.
2 LDs. 22 and a 13.
22 and a 13. The 22 hits.
Magical Imbalance, they both hit. 17.
Yes, okay. Well,
Fuck you, I'm done with this. I'm done with this game. That is a 15. Is that 9?
That's
Yeah,
a
9
9,
and a
yeah.
6. 15.
Great, yeah. Is that the damage?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why I asked that. I knew that. That was a weird question. Yeah, you see this moment, his like face shifts back into just being a head shape.
Yeah.
No features. The flames can't keep themselves together enough. But there is this moment of like panic and fear.
Yeah.
And you watch. Do you have anything else that you're doing this turn?
Not if it's ending him, I don't think. No.
No, he's still up.
Oh, he's still up.
Yeah, he's still up.
Great.
2
Do
more
it again.
Eldritch Blast.
Yeah. I have 2 more, and I have 1 more imbalance. I don't know why this one isn't erase it. That's 2. I'm not going to use the imbalance
That
unless I...
pencil also has lead.
Ryan,
You don't need
just let me live my life. Dirty 20 and a 14.
Are you magically balancing the 14?
Oh, come on! Fine.
You're already gonna hit him
You
once.
have to twist it. It's a mechanical
Brian,
pencil.
I know you're bored.
I'm not bored. I'm sick of seeing you use 2 pencils to do just one
Oh my god.
You're not my dad! And with me screaming, you're not my
Yeah,
dad,
I
I do
killed my dad.
17 more damage.
Nice. Get him out of here.
Leave me alone and get your own
I
life.
wish Piven, whatever his name is, was my dad. He's fucking he's awesome.
You launch 2 Eldritch Blasts into your former teacher.
Yeah.
And probably the man you trust most.
Yeah.
And you watch as his form explodes into flames and dissipates and disappears into the distance. The world settles down for a moment. As let's chill a little bit here.
Can everybody chill?
We're just gonna bring it down.
Just bring it down.
You have wiped out these 3 flame spirits that have attacked you. And Lunatari turns to you. And it's so interesting because some of her forms seem to be sweating. As you see these, as she shifts between the elvish forms, not so much. The dwarves sweating profusely. When she's human, sweating. It really depends.
Yeah.
And she sort of turns to you in her plethora of beautiful shapes. Takesis, can see you here. That's...
Dangerous.
Yes. I don't have much time. I must let you leave.
Okay.
But you must know, the dragon that sits on the crown of Sylvanesti must be defeated. If you return to Calamon, you cannot save it. You can only save people. The city will fall, Caligaro, no matter what you do. But if you go back, you can get people out.
Understood. He leans over to the ogress, be like, can you get her up?
She's gone. I'm sorry.
His hand kind of closes on her back.
You must take me from her. You understand?
Yes.
My stones cannot be left here. If Takesis gets hold of a piece of me, it would be bad.
Yeah, understood.
Pivan is in Qualinesti. You cannot trust the Qualinesti elves.
But what about Pivan?
You can't trust the Qualinesti elves.
Oh god. Okay.
Pivan is Sylvanesti, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just he's there, so I just assumed, I don't know, maybe they got to
That's
him.
why I'm telling you.
Okay.
He's
I'm sorry. Look, I just killed my dad again. It's
Again?
well, in my mind.
That
it's a
wasn't your
different
father.
story.
That was an.
I know. Well, that's.
She's a little bit
Roll
frustrated.
it back.
She's
I'm
like,
sorry. I'm
trying to tell you.
Okay, don't trust the Qualinesti.
There are 3 paths ahead of you, and you must make a choice. Do you get the dragon orb with Mel? Do you go and try and evacuate Kalamon around the siege that is taking place? Or do you go to Qualan Esti and save your people? You must go, Cal. There's nothing more I can tell you. You're in danger. The house you're in is in fire. You have to go. And she puts the palm of her hand to your forehead and shoves back. And in that moment, you fall back into the most comfortable beanbag chair you've ever experienced in your life. And you look up and you see the roof of the thatch is on fire as the door gets shattered in by this large ogre you remember seeing when you exited the tunnel earlier.
Oh, fuck.
Elda! Elda, where are you? And you see this ogre barreling into the room, followed by your 3 friends. And you're all here in a house in flames with your friend Caligaro.
Shirtless Cal on a beanbag chair.
You all see there is an ogress. The ogress who let her here is similarly lying back on a beanbag chair. She's exposed from the waist up, and she has this pulsing red rock sticking in her chest. Her head is turned off to the side, and there is black char on the side of her mouth, down her neck, and blood trickling out of her nose as you realize that this ogress has passed.
You tried? You were gonna...
Ben, like, as he sees that, he immediately sprints over and, like, does exactly what, like, figures out, wow, she's dead.
Okay.
But
you couldn't get her back, yeah.
What are you guys doing? You're in a house on fire.
Go. Fucking hand out the gal.
Hi, he puts his shirt back on. Help me take her out of here. He looks at the ogre.
What did you do to her?
I didn't. I gotta explain to you on the way out. The roof's on fire. We don't need no water. Let's go! We gotta get out of here.
Fine, but no tricks.
No
As
tricks.
He picks her, and he lifts her under her elbows and begins to drag her body towards the door.
Yeah.
Out.
Yep, we're out.
Is the house, is it like close enough to other buildings that it might light them on fire?
Roll a survival check for me. That's fun.
What was the question?
If the building that she was in is close enough to other buildings to light them on fire.
Oh.
Well, okay, that's a 7.
They're all
Can't
in
tell.
flames.
It's a forest. The whole thing could go up.
Oopsie.
You are honestly a little bit worried about the whole valley. You're like, God, there's a lot of animals that live here. They could all die because of this fire.
Fuck.
Do you have any water in town?
We have.
There's a river. Yeah. We need water. Bring buckets.
Ben, even though he's not going to be much help in this because of the size of this building, is there like just getting by? He like goes down to the river.
Bucket is almost bigger than you. Like you could honestly, the buckets that they have in this town, you could hop in and go for a ride.
I feel like Harvest
well,
plucks
that's
it
not
out
going
of
to
the
stop
town.
me from trying.
You look over, Harvest has one on each shoulder.
One of the ogres does throw the bucket, but didn't know you were in it. Throws you at the house.
Ben, because he can't actually do anything about the fire, he's actually going to go down to the river and try and fill these buckets
Nice.
and putting them on the bank if he can lift them.
Not really. It's roll a strength check for
You're
me.
strong, but you're not that
Halfway.
strong.
Well,
There is a like teenage girl ogress next to you filling buckets with ease,
Yeah.
and she looks over at you.
Oh, that's a fucking 4.
Wow.
God damn, it's a 7.
You look up into the eyes of this like clearly very young girl who's filling these buckets next to you, and she just gives you like this look. It's the same look Hank Azaria gave me after he saw me in a production of a musical called The Quiet Clock. It's that like pity of like, you tried, bud.
Oh no.
Yeah.
It was the script. You couldn't do anything about
It
it.
was one of the most heartbreaking moments of my life. I loved him, and then he came out with his kid, and we were like saying they're greeting the kids because it's a kid show, and it was just the moment I was the first one to lie, and he looked at me like,
You tried.
"You'll do real acting jobs one day."
Oh,
I'll never forget it. But she gives you that look of like, you'll grow one day. Because
Ben,
all these people do think you're a child.
Ben kind of just like slumps,
Oh,
and
buddy.
like just the weariness of the last 48 hours just like hits him at once as he realizes he's essentially useless.
In this very specific scenario. Yeah.
No, but you know how like after 48 hours of not like you're exhausted,
Yeah.
you can't do a simple task, and your whole world just becomes like, wow, I'm a piece of shit. For temporarily.
We've
Yeah.
all been thinking it about Bannon. You know.
I was going to say we've all been there, but sure.
yeah. Specifically about Bannon.
The fire is easily put out.
Oh, okay.
It seems to have burst rather quickly around the two of you, as you are now outside of the home, and you watch the fire being put out in front of you, as you are standing over the body of Elda, the ogress, who had been with you for this journey to the moon.
What the fuck did you do?
We're just like both shirtless, and one of us is dead, and everything's on fire.
Dan kind of saunters back up from the river.
Very, very similarly to the animated award-winning feature The Prince of Egypt, when Moses tells his wife Zipporah when he saw the burning bush, I regale the story of what happened. So I'm like pacing around our tent, being like, and I took off my
becomes
slippers.
a musical sequence.
Yeah, exactly.
The pottery
And
comes to life. It's like, bless
God
my soul.
spoke to me, and like he like look, and I took my feet and my shoes. Yeah, and I'm assuming. And I'm assuming, obviously, the ogre's there too. So I'm like letting him know how well she fought and tried to survive, and then the last blow that took her, Lunatari, the Takesis, everything that was happening, and then I kind of end the story being like, and I have to take the shard, and he like trails off a little bit because his eyes focus on her shard.
Mm-hmm.
And he almost feels guilty as he says it at the end. And he kind of just like guiltily puts his shirt back on a little bit, and he's like,
Teller hands the shirt too.
and I guess I kind of owe you an apology for the whole God thing, a little bit with the poking fun, and I'd be a bit of a hypocrite now if I doubled down on that.
You weren't that bad.
It was fun. Well, yeah, that's true. It was just in the beginning. I think we already had that talk, but
I mean,
it just felt a little crazy now that she was there.
well, now you're just as crazy as I am.
Good.
We're all mad here.
If all of us are crazy, none of us are crazy.
Crazy? I was crazy once.
Who are you? So I'm truly sorry for your friend. But when the last words Lunatari essentially said to me was, I need to take that. I need to take that from her. It's too dangerous.
And you must. We do not wish to anger the gods above, when it seems we've already angered the gods here. And then, Mortel is with you, just... You have been good people to us. We were gone all day. You had a short conversation?
With her? With
Your story seemed very short. We were gone for hours. We climbed a mountain, fought dragons, came back, and...
It felt like it was minutes, yeah. How long? Sorry?
Oh yeah, it's like
Almost.
half the day's gone.
It's like the sun is rising, right? It's been
it's been... The sun is beginning to set.
Okay.
And in this moment, you realize, Harvest, that you feel that
For
pull
fuck's sake.
as you begin to turn into your werewolf form.
Okay. It's starting to set. Let's calm down, please.
You are turning into a werewolf at the moment, yes.
Oh
I
shit!
think it's because I've been keeping track on the sheet. I think both of us realized at the same time, just like one thing at a fucking time, please, for once.
Calter, what's wrong with her?
Okay, do we have to go? Do we have to leave?
No.
What does your monthly look like?
That's a personal question.
Yeah.
We can't air this.
Wow.
We're live.
All right.
we're guys. It's a live Saturday.
Oh my
It's the only one we
god.
have this month.
Unhinged.
What is your monthly?
What does your monthly look like? Is so gross.
Yes, wait, put that. No. Yeah. Wow.
But you will be for the next 3 nights. You'll be in your werewolf form from sundown till sunup.
But it's like the same rules, right? Like the same. All right. And
You
the
don't
health rule.
you won't for the next 3 nights. You don't revert back.
after an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you are the
okay.
entire time. If you're at any point if you're below half health, you have to start rolling for bloodlust.
No, I'm good. Just need to let them know that we're good.
Okay.
Um,
We are.
Mortel has seen you transform,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
actually a lot of them saw you transform because you did it directly outside of the village.
well, we did it in the foraging area. There was like nobody else.
You did it in their crop area. It wasn't you guys didn't do it on the mountain. You transformed within a.
Immediately, we left down.
Oh yeah.
No,
yeah,
it wasn't in the fortune area. You
Yeah,
guys
it was
like
when we
walked
were-
out. You guys walked past the like "Welcome to Ogre Town" sign, and then you just immediately turned into a werewolf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I mean,
So half of these people have seen you transform before. They're all like,
What the fuck?
all right.
You're not
I
feeling
just-
any like urge to eat any of us?
No, I just need a a moment, and she's just gonna like walk behind one of the buildings and like not stop. And when she comes out the other side, she's a werewolf.
You all notice
Like the Grinch going behind the screen.
the werewolf form that you see is inverted. Where before her fur was red with sort of a white mane and white kind of locks. The fur colors have switched and now she is white from head to toe with actually blue locks because you are blue hair harvest right now.
fucking yeah. God damn it, I hate that. It's not my color.
And so
You said as a wolf. It's not my color.
this werewolf form does have different coloring than her more intentional werewolf form does. And we'll share that art later.
We keep saying we're gonna do that.
We've shared the
The original wolf.
I think that
Did we?
this is the problem with having Shaz do the posting for us is I don't know. We might have.
We share them both at the same time. It's fine.
A side-by-side comparison.
Ooh.
With that handled, you are now standing over this ogress's body, in a slightly more somber moment than the energy we've been bringing to the scene.
Yeah.
She has passed away, and you have this dead body in front of you. What would you like to do?
Do I? Again, actually, I'm gonna kind of like just like what's the word? Almost meditatively go from my toes to my knees, like,
Okay.
and then put my hands on my knees and kind of breathe in like I did beforehand to search that feeling of some sort of connection to my stone and hers.
Yeah, as you focus on it, you feel that same thrum in the air that connects you to her.
I kind of like in the back of my head I'm like, oh gosh, do I have to do this like surgically or can I? And then he just kind of reaches his hand over the stone and like really tries to feel as like, do
you touch it?
Yeah, like he's grazing it, being like, do I have to like pull this out or like what do I do? But he just kind of then he puts his hand full weight on it.
As you put your hand onto the stone, it begins to shift into dust. And you watch as the dust crawls up your hand.
God.
And as the stone begins to disintegrate in her chest and sort of merge into your skin, and some of it goes under the skin, begins to ride up under the skin. And you feel this terrible itching sensation as this dust passes up your arm and begins to attach itself to the stones that are in your chest.
Oh, wow.
And you can feel as these stones grow and build and latch further and further. And if you were to look, you would see that the stones protrude out from your skin now, and you have this like almost ridge of rock that is covering your left shoulder.
It's like a pauldron or armor almost like.
Almost, yeah.
Yeah.
And as
Mage
you
armor.
Mage armor, it's my mage armor, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
as you absorb the stone out of her, as it cracks and disintegrates and is pulled out of her, you watch as the cavity heals where the stone leaves, and the rot and pus and the decay that you had seen when she had first taken her shirt off begins to disintegrate. And by the time the stone is completely gone, the cavity is gone as well, and her skin has healed. And while the rest of her remains aged and old, she has this patch of young skin
Like when it first embedded.
of who she was when it first hit her.
Fuck.
And this char begins to heal, and as she lies there dead, but where she looked like a victim of an attack before, she now looks quite peaceful in her death. And you feel the energy surge through you as you take this stone into you. And that sorceral energy that has powered the last few years of your life begins to pulse within you, and you feel yourself advancing.
Wow.
There is a moment of hesitation from the ogre crowd as this begins to happen. And upon seeing the end of this and seeing her unblemished and healed, the weight of the crowd seems to lighten. As this death is very sad, but the crowd seems to have turned on the idea that maybe you killed their elder.
Yeah.
and more that there seems to have been some real intention here, and that the goddess that had pierced her would not have given you this power if you were evil.
Yeah.
And so they begin to wrap her, and someone brings these like white linens, and they begin to wrap her body in them, and she's carried away towards the town square, so towards the fire pit where you had previously had your coffee. You'd missed out.
Missed out. No
They had a
coffee.
whole day. They fought a dragon. It was great.
Could he have also joined in with the rapping, like out of respect? Yeah.
Absolutely. And they carry her body to this fire, and tables are brought out, and food is laid out, and drinks are poured, and a party begins. Oddly celebratory in the immediate wake of this death. But not a dinner that it was previously had. You were all headed to bed. You're all going to have an early night. And it said it seems this town is now coming together in this moment to have a few drinks and to eat some fine meats and cheeses.
Well, they're celebrating things that we partook in, so I'm gonna have possibly just a bev with.
Bannon looks up at you with like deep bags in his eyes, like one drink.
Just one drink. We should have one drink.
Just one more game. Just one more.
Just
game.
one more game.
One more turn.
Yeah.
One more turn. Yeah. There's a sieve. One more turn. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I feel like it'd be rude.
How is your drinking capacity in this form?
I don't.
Only one way to find out. He opens the bottle.
But some of the younger ogres hear this question and are also very interested, and you see this like keg being like dragged over.
Look, I don't get that much bigger. I don't know. I don't normally drink like this because I try and stay away from other people.
Yeah, it's a little dangerous to be a drunk werewolf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although if you're going to do it, doing it around ogres is probably the place,
It's
right?
probably the,
They'll
yeah,
be
but that's
fine.
not
They're
true.
tough.
Fine.
Do you want to play a Constitution game to see how drunk a werewolf harvest gets?
We'll have one drink.
One drink.
Everyone roll a
One
Constitution save for me.
Drink.
For one.
What's the,
having
what's the
one
size of the
drink.
glass?
Oh, they're older drinks. They're older
Older
drinks.
drinks.
That's like 6
Fine,
shots.
we'll
Once
have
you
half
check
a
or saving
pint. half an ogre
Saving throws. Do it,
It's
do
like
it,
they
do a
come in
saving throw.
pints.
Saving con.
Nat 20, baby.
Nice.
Heller crushes it.
Oh, buddy.
A 7.
Well, I
21.
got a 6, so.
So
Ohms!
as you're handed these rather large
Not you.
mugs, and you bring them to your lips, you notice that this is it's a little chunky.
Oh.
I don't like that.
What the fuck?
No pulp.
It's a little bit. It's almost more like drinking like a soup than it is a drink. As you kind of chug back this very, it's molassesy. There's a lot of no, more in flavor than in texture.
Oh, God.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
It's like a chunky soup, but it has sort of this like dark amber nature to it, and sort of a molassesy taste. It is not quite sweet enough to be honey, but it isn't quite bitter enough. It is a very odd
Was the Constitution roll to see if we got drunk or to see if we gagged?
Yeah, I was gonna say,
bit of both, bit of both.
see if we yacked.
What is this? What is this?
While
Like
he's
6
Oh, we call this brew.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Cal's like,
Alcoholic,
look-
is it? Or...
Very.
Wow. Okay.
More
Cal's
tell.
looking for a spoon while drinking. He's like,
But this 7 just immediately goes, like falls out of his mouth.
And that same teenage girl who's like chugging next to you just starts pointing and laughing at you.
it's the equivalent of Europe, so she can drink.
And Ben just looks at the others and just says,
They don't have a
Teenage
drinking
girl, yeah,
age.
exactly.
Yeah.
Ben looks around and everyone says, I'm going to bed.
I knew it. You can't hold this leg.
I swear Kenda was supposed to be able to drink. That was like their whole
I
thing.
don't know if
was
this
like...
stuff is meant to be drunk.
Feeling a slight.
Well, we love it, so if you
No,
don't want to
it's-
finish yours, I'll have it.
I'm having a great time.
Yeah.
No, this is good, yeah.
So when is the wedding?
Well,
A wedding.
Oh yeah, we
we
saved.
saved my bride earlier.
Yeah.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
With her having lost an arm, I'm not sure.
Well, that's fair.
When she recovers and feels ready, we will begin to discuss it and I don't want to push Kelly here. I want to make sure that whatever her needs are met.
No, that's fair. I've just never seen an ogre wedding, but...
Yes. I haven't either.
Oh, it's not done that often?
It's not that it's not, it's... There's a missing generation in our town. People went away at that age where they would have gotten married and not returned. My sister's would have been a opportunity, but she was taken away by Lord Soth to go
Right, yeah, that.
fight in whatever war is happening. So, it's been many years since we've had a wedding here.
I would assume that when it comes to, the person who runs the ceremony, that would be the elder. But now she's no longer here, so who would be taking that place? Because I have officiated things before. But also, Cal has part of her essence and her being.
Are you planning on staying for a while?
That was the...
Not necessarily a while, but if
I'm just not sure she'll be ready to.
No,
very good.
I get
That's
that.
true. Okay, that's
She lost an arm
Yeah.
this morning.
Yes, Shame.
I would like for her to get married when she feels beautiful. And I feel like she will take some time to adjust
Yes, that's true.
to her new body.
Oh, that's.
I appreciate the offer. It's very
no,
kind
it's
of
grand.
you.
I should love a wedding, so.
I hope I love it too.
Well, it's been a long days. I'm gonna just go to bed.
Of course. Of course.
Just kind of a little bit like...
Well, duck waddle.
Do we have... there were a bunch of empty buildings. So
There was a home
yeah.
that you guys were walking into to go to bed.
Yeah, okay, alright, yeah.
When you get in there, Ben is just like already sprawled out, like the first comfortable place that he could have found.
Yeah.
The floor.
When you get inside, you see Becklin is there in one of the beds asleep. And so is Melius. They had already gone to bed by the time. They had kind of gotten untied and gone to bed right away. They'd had a harrowing night escaping the prison.
And Ben is indeed on the floor.
Are there many of those cushions that were in...
You got like one.
the ogre's
Yeah,
house?
there's some cushions and stuff.
Yes, alright,
Make it
that.
far.
Right, there's also a couple of
Sure, it
beds. There's a couple of rooms. This is
yeah,
you guys are
one
in like a
floor,
two-story house.
Yeah,
So there's a
I'm-
couple of rooms, a
I'm
couple
gonna
of
grab a
beds.
cushion.
Right.
Yeah.
Just grab a cushion, lay down.
Are you going to bed as well?
How are you feeling?
I'm great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, I could, yeah.
All right, roll a Constitution save.
I could have had 21 because that's what I rolled.
I don't think that's how that works.
No, I know.
Do you have one?
Magical imbalance! Magical imbalance!
It's not, you can't do it for that. I magically chug brew.
I mean...
Do I
What happens?
still have my silvery barb? I used
No,
it once,
this
but
counts.
did I do it again?
I don't think this counts.
Yeah.
I'm not going to force it on you. What happens as you have your second drink? It has to be pretty bad.
Yeah, so Cal's gonna... Fuck.
He actually likes it, and then he gets a taste for it.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
no.
actually
Becomes
throws
an
an
alcoholic.
addiction.
Roll for alcoholism.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
He gets a brew addiction.
God.
But he can never find it anywhere else. The rest of the campaign, he's just like itching. He's like, gotta go back to that one ogre.
Gotta get
first.
that
I gotta get more. I need more brew.
No, it's gotta be awful, like awful.
That's pretty awful to me.
You rolled a 1.
No, that's awful. No, it's like I
You
feel
have
like
disadvantages if you haven't drank brew in the last 6 hours. Disadvantage on
no, that's
everything.
fucked. That's just so bad.
That's worse than a permanent injury. Like,
Yeah, that one
Yeah,
then.
exactly. I got permanently injured, and I'm like, I'm fine.
yeah. Oh, you weren't there for that.
So, no, I was not there for that. How gross do I want to go with this?
Just go for it. Very descriptive.
Just immediately shits himself.
No, he's not gonna shit himself. So Kyle's gonna like something. It's a combination of like, was this the same batch? It's hitting the back of my throat in a terrible way. My gag reflex is going. That he immediately takes a swig and goes no. And as he's saying no, he's trying to get up and leave so he doesn't do anything embarrassing. but instead he steps where he breaks a piece of the wood he was stepping on, throws up on the table, but the momentum of him falling smacked his face into his own vomit on the table. So it's very quickly of him just going like, "Oh, no," and then he falls on his back, a little bit covered in his own vomit. And he was like,
Incredible.
"I was a hero today." And then he just puts himself to bed, very embarrassed, and he goes, "No, no."
All right, come on, get up.
Luna's
Does
Harry's
he go
best.
naked, bathe in the river again?
No, he. No, he.
Tell me how cool you were in the astral plane as I take you to bed.
I fought all my inner demons.
Yeah, sure you did, buddy. Come on.
He like threw a snowball. And it was really cool. And he's like, he somehow becomes a 3-year-old. Like, I don't know.
It's
It's
okay.
so
It's
embarrassing.
all right. Yes,
Yeah.
I
No,
believe you.
I'm embarrassed for him.
He's so red in the face.
He's red, and I wish he's.
Oh my god, please. Alright, we're gonna go briefly into the river. We're
Yeah.
gonna wash the sick off you.
Oh, as you said, he already had his shirt off, and he's like, "I love the river."
Are you drunk now?
He's immediately drunk.
Yeah,
Like
he's-
everything that could have gone wrong went wrong.
It was the worst of timelines.
Yeah, by the time he threw up, the first one's alcohol already hit. He's like
Yeah.
-1 strength. Like there's no
Yeah.
way.
Well, it would be constitution, not strength.
Oh, I'm sober as a judge. No, I'm just kidding. My constitution's really
as
good.
he pulls his shirt off and gets in the river, you clock through the firelight the red of his stones that you've seen before are now fully covering the shoulder all the way back. And as he pulls his hand up and is taking his shirt off, what you see is the stone of it moves naturally like muscle. Rather, it looks like it shouldn't. It looks like he shouldn't be able to lift his arm anymore. It is so covering the shoulder.
That's cool.
But there's something about the way that this stone is etched into his flesh in a way where it is moving with him, and he is able to have that full range of motion. And there's just something truly magical about how his body has changed.
Happy Pride Month, everyone. It's the most homoerotic the show's ever
And Teller's just like,
Yeah.
hard.
You know how I know you're
Rock
gay?
hard.
You like
Great.
boys. no.
My clone, you guys!
Happy Pride.
I'm not gay, I just like muscles.
Covered in stone that move naturally with your body.
Oh my God.
I'm not clocking you, obviously checking me out, and I'm just, so I'm just like shirts off, kind of keeps the trousers on, and waddles into the river. He's like, "Yeah, are you washing my shirt for me?"
Yeah.
That's so sweet.
Yeah, Taylor washes his shirt
I'm-
and then just make sure that he doesn't drown. So kind of sits
no, he's
at the end
he's just
of
floating on his
of the-
back. Like, he doesn't have
just
a-
Teller.
He looks at her for a second, you're funny, and just
Yeah, look at him on his back.
But he's face down, floating towards Dark Keep. Heading back towards that roper.
but it looks like a rope's pulling me. Like it's like
Teller was actually a lifeguard in his summers when he was a teenager at the
Yeah.
Qualinesti
Yeah.
high
My
school
only
pool.
magical instrument is a whistle.
A bard whose magical instrument is a whistle is so different. He has to do different rhythms for different spells.
Oh my God. You cannot be subtle or quiet at all.
just loud.
Just the most
A team
piercing.
of bards, and one of them is just the drum major, just leading with a whistle. That's so funny. Just twirling a baton for cure wounds. Oh god. Okay. You do eventually get him to sleep. As you are all now passed out in various rooms of this house, Harvest, you find yourself in a field with these grasping grasses. Mm-hmm. That much like the ones in the cavern, but it's this same field that you woke up in the night you passed. The night you fell unconscious,
Right.
leaving Vogler. And you look up, and in front of you there's a mountain that is upside down, hanging towards a point on the ground, and behind you there is a forest. And it seems like no matter which direction you go, you keep finding yourself in this spot. There's something about it, something important. And as you turn around and you turn towards the forest, you see a handsome, tall, elvish man standing there
No.
in clean plate of the Salamnic Knights.
Oof.
And as he reaches out to you, there's a flash. And his image is suddenly dark and twisted as you see the helmet of Lord Soth standing there, and it disappears again. And you see this handsome young elf reaching out towards you.
Am I a wolf or a...
You look at your hand and you're Harvest. You're yourself. You're just looking at him and he's just reaching out.
Is he within arm's reach?
He's probably 15 feet towards the forest. He's just looking at you expectantly, holding his hand to you.
I'm going to start walking that direction to see if I actually change places.
Yeah, you walk towards him.
I smack his hand.
He looks down at it, hurt. And he looks at you with kind eyes filled with love. And says, I'm sorry. Isolde, they'll never have you back.
Who? What?
You know they'll never have you back. We have to go.
You're a liar.
You know I'm right. Isolde, what do you mean? You can't come back here.
I turn and I run the other way.
And you do, and you run 30 feet, and you find yourself 15 feet back in that same spot, looking up at the mountain, whose peak is at ground level and grows into the sky.
Can I shift my form?
You want to turn into a werewolf?
Can I try?
Yeah.
Yeah?
In the dream, yeah, you are able to focus, and as you stare at your claws, fur spreads up your arms, and you feel your back change shape as you take the form of your wolf. Your snout grows. You look up at the mountain. You look back, and just man in Salamnic plate standing there with his hand out.
I keep running away.
You just keep finding yourself in the same spot.
I feel like after a few times of that, she keeps running and abruptly turns to run towards him, but doesn't stop. Runs into him.
Mm-hmm.
Do I make contact?
Are you trying to an attack roll?
Not an attack, but I'm trying to charge through.
Yeah, he catches you as you guys roll towards the forest together.
He's real.
Yeah, he's tactile to you,
yes.
and as you land and you roll with him, he's just laughing. Isolde. I love how playful you are. As he looks up at you.
She's appalled, is so uncomfortable, and is looking for a way out that isn't a way out that is not the person in front of her, something else that she can interact with, something else to tell her that this place is real that isn't him.
Yeah, you see the forest behind him in that direction, and then there's the mountain on the other side, and then in between is just this valley of grass.
I try to get to the forest.
And he follows you, and you run towards the forest. And as you hit the tree line, you begin to part through the trees, and you see in front of you a portal. In front of it, there's a circle of bones that have been laid out in a pattern. And as you get close enough, you start to try and make out the pattern of bones. And as you run and run towards them, trying to get close enough to see the pattern itself, you wake up in a sweat. And the sun has risen.
Crying. She wakes up with I don't know, can dogs cry? I've never seen a dog cry, but she's crying.
They have weepy tears.
Yeah, but she's crying in a more human way.
The sun is beginning to rise and your form is receding. And so you are you. And you're crying. And you look around the room and you're the only one awake. Becklin is not in the room anymore where she was when you fell asleep. And neither is Melius. But the rest of your party are all sitting there.
It's did it stop recording? No, it's fine.
And you wake up in the room and you're all there Calgaro's still a little bit damp. But you all get a long rest. And you all level up.
Yay!
Hell
Calgaro,
yeah.
you are now level 7.
What?
Oh wow!
Oh shit.
Rude.
And the rest of you are level 6.
Whoa.
Eat shit.
I should miss a session.
Yeah, damn.
That's not why, but there is something about the
level 7
the
thing?
stone that you absorbed
Uh-huh.
that you have in your sorceress nature leveled up twice.
Wow.
And with
God
that,
damn.
we are
Wow.
going to leave you for now. Thank you everyone who is watching.
Gonna prep down the
Mark Davies in chat, we appreciate you.
My
Everyone
favorite
else.
NPC.
We are gonna maybe go back to Calamon and say Mark Davies in chat. I think we have to make some decisions about where we're going.
Choices, yeah.
Which is going to be fun. Check that out next Saturday as Astral Dusk returns for session 21. Just a couple of things on the channel this week. Circle of the Emerald Veil, the Candela Obscura show that we produced, ends on Wednesday. It is our
Yeah.
finale.
Yeah.
The Circle is in a flesh tunnel climbing up to the final confrontation with Barnatius. I think it's a really fun episode. It's a really gross episode. I describe things really disgustingly. I'm so sorry.
Love that.
It's also very emotional.
But it's emotional, and
Yeah.
I think people are going to like the ending. So definitely watch that Wednesday, 4 Eastern, here on Roleplay Relay. There's also a lot going up on Nerdy Nightly and Nerdy Daily. We got the finale of Delicious and Dungeon went up on Nerdy Daily yesterday.
Yeah.
We are watching now The Boys, Acolyte, and House of the Dragon starting on Sunday.
Bridgerton.
Also, Bridgerton's going up. So lots of stuff going up on the channels. Keep coming to hang out. And if you're a Brandon Sanderson fan, maybe come check out the Way of Kings talks we're doing on Fridays, because they're really fun. My name's Nerdy.
Rob.
The Brian Kling.
Polaris.
Crail.
Thank you so much for joining us this Saturday. We will be back next week. We won't be doing another live episode for about a month. We're going to film one more today. We're going to film 2 next Sunday.
Yeah,
and
we're
then they're going to go
going
out because
for
we're going to be in LA
Anime
for
Expo.
Anime Expo.
Sorry.
So if you're going to Anime Expo, please come say hi. It's going to be a good old time. Clarence has some great cosplays lined up, and I'm so excited. Thank you
Hell
for
yeah.
watching. And as always, do something nerdy tonight.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.